Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Ken Johnson. So today we're going to be installing some LED fiber optic lights into my goddaughter's car. So stay tuned. Alright, so let's do a unboxing of this. It's from Mictuning. It is their inside glow light kit for cars, so car interiors. So let's see what it comes with. This right here is the protector material. Then we got this bag here. Comes with blue cloth. Got these connectors here. This is for the fiber optic cable to go into. This is a little tool to kind of shove stuff in, so that's nice that it comes with that. Remote. Instructions. So these instructions are for the remote itself. That's your little, talks about the connector. So it does tell you a little bit about that. And here's the instructions. Now, I know that these were given to me, but I've said to Mictuning before, and I'll say it again, their instructions are not the best in the world. They need to be a little bit more elaborate for those of us that don't do this for a living. You know, like YouTubers trying to promote your product, or the average person trying to install it into their car. Alright, and this is our victim, a Hyundai Sonata. Okay, so I have a Hyundai Sonata 2018 model. Now this will work for most models of Hyundai Sonatas. They're all about the same. And we're going to remove this center console. Takes a little bit of some prying, but when you do it, you can get it to pop, and that's what I did. I got it popped right in there, and that kind of breaks the seal where you can start doing it on the other side, and then you keep working it back. So we're going to do that. So what I did, this wasn't going in very easily, so I came in right there, used my tool, kind of lifted there and popped, and that allowed this side to come up. Now you can see it's all going to come up very easily. Alright, and this going all the way up to the front here. Alright, with the car on, you put it in drive, and then when you do that, you can lift up and this comes out, and you can have access here. Alright, one thing that can help you out is to use one of these bendable measuring tapes. This is like something seamstress would use. They're very cheap, and they allow you to run along where you're working with relative ease, and then that way you can track how much fiber optic line you're going to have so that you can do what you need to do. This way, if you need to order more fiber optic line, you can buy that very easily and get additional if you want it. That's what I'll be doing. I'm actually going to be buying additional fiber optic material for this install, because I'm wanting to do more than what comes in the kit. So what I'm doing now is I've went through, figured out how much fiber optic cable I have, and then I figured out what I wanted to do and how much I need to do on each section. So I started here. You can see the little tail end right there, and so I went, put it in here. Didn't even need the tool, although you could use tool, and I forced it in as much as possible because this is near the window and I don't want a lot of glow making it where you can't see out the window. Came all the way down, came to here, stopped here. You can see it's not all the way in, and that's fine because we're not done yet. This is just a dry fit. And then I gave myself about 6 inches to play with. I then, because this came already in the plastic, I cut the plastic like this because I didn't want to damage the actual fiber optic. And the way I cut it is that I used a pair of regular old scissors. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. The only place I'm fitting in on this dash here is right here and then right here, but then you got one going up and you got another one going down, and I just don't really want to do that. It just would look janky. I don't like that. I want clean, crisp lines. It's taken me a good 2 days just laying out where I want to put everything, how I want to do it. I'll spend probably another 2 days taking my time because I'm not a car guy. This is me installing things. I bought some more fiber optic because I want to do the back. There wasn't enough fiber optic to do the back too. So I'm just going to be dry fitting the door here, do the same thing that I did here, so I'm not going to show that, and then we'll go to the next step. This right here is some double-sided mounting tape. Now a lot of these kits that you get will not include LED strips for the floorboards, and this kit didn't as well, so I'm having to modify the fiber optics so that I've got floorboard lights. LEDs would be nice, and you can buy them, but then it's more stringing and everything else, so I'm going to use the fiber optics and the system that they provided, but I've got to use double-sided tape for this. Now this is 3M brand Scotch, or 3M glue Scotch mount, and this is an indoor outdoor. It's got the highest heat rating. The problem is in Florida, it can get so high that I'm afraid that this may come unglued over time, but this is the highest temp indoor outdoor tape I can find that's double-sided. Here it's going to be a little difficult for me to get a camera in here to work. Let's see under here. There's not much to hook onto, so I'm probably going to have to glue around the wall or something other. There's some plastic up here, not much, but I'm going to try to get it where I can get kind of up high and out of the way. And right over here where the pedal is, that's where the cord is going to come out, right in there. So I'm going to try my best to get this fit in however I can in here. Okay, so I'm under here trying to show best I can. I just ran along this ridge here. Hard to see. Got the camera on my face, so that makes it really hard. But ran all the way back like that. Alright, so what I did, ran it back here, ran it along here, along the side, and then into here. So there you go. Alright, I got 3 of these emitters light emitters that I'm going to tape to this snake, and we're going to go from there. So I got some help. Heaven is here. She's snaking the lines through, and this going into the back.
I need to keep it putting that, or pull it all the way through.
Yeah, keep pulling through. Doing a good job. We got 3 lines we're running, so going right through here, and then because that console side it's not connected to the bottom, we can just run those lines back.
Okay.
Alright, so one of these broke, and I figured I'd show you how this works. So this right here is the LED emitter, and then this is just a very thick lens, and then this is your little connector thing. So they all screw together. Alright, so what Heaven's doing now, she's got a little upholstery tool, little auto detailing tool, and she's prying that little beige piece of plastic and moving the lines back to the back so I can get a hold of them. Alright, so what we did is ran those lines. I took one of the lines, and you can see a little bit where I ran it around the seam in this seat here. Ran it all the way back, got it right in there. What I'll do is I'll run some black tape around the light, and then I'll start running around, and then that black tape will keep it where you can't see the light. So Heaven's doing this side. What I was telling her, you want to make sure that when the line comes back, like if the seat comes back, you got extra, so that's why we just kind of tucking that extra in there. And now Heaven's going and tucking it within the seam here and getting everything together while I work on the snake in the front, because she's already snaked through again for me to go under the bottom and the dash here. Alright, I've got Heaven. She went ahead and snaked this, so I've got this taped up. I got 2 emitters, and I made sure that where this line was wrapped around, I went ahead and taped it so I didn't kink it. Now I'm going to start pulling out this way and pull this snake through. And there's the snake going through, and there's our cords. That's the reason why I love using the snake. Now I just gotta run the lines up this way. Okay, so I want to talk about my mess ups. Alright, I was going to run it through here and go through the side panel here. Problem is that the Hyundais have so much stuff in there blocking it. I had just a itty bitty little area, and the diode, it was not small enough to go through that space, not small enough to go through space. And also the connector, which goes back to here, right there, it's in there in that area, so I didn't have a connector to unconnect it and run the little piece that would go through and snake that, unfortunately. So that meant that I cut this window part too small. I've got to untake the line and run it through over here and put the little emitter right in this area right here. And so that means I have to come down lower with that light and come around. So I needed about another story of my life. I need another 6 inches. So that's where we're at now. I had to add a little bit to it. Can't add to fiber optic, so what I did is I just cut me out a piece. Luckily I had some extra coming through Amazon, so yay. Alright, so I've got this run along here. There's a little section right there I'm gonna have to work with a little bit. It's not doing what I want it to do, but all that's run around, stops right there. I've got me a long line that I tuck back into here. There is this little gap here. I'm gonna take all that, throw it in there throw that in there, and that will tuck that in nicely. I tell you what, I've got helpers all over the place now, so all you gotta do is just take a long time. All of a sudden everybody wants to help you. Tasha's right there. She is running the line under the bench seat in the back, and then what we're going to do is hook that up to a diode, and then Heaven is here. She snaked some more diodes over here, and she was untaping that. We're going to run that underneath here to connect to the door opening, and also to connect to the flooring underneath. Okay, the emitter is hid right here, so we'll close this panel. Alright, so what I gotta do is take a Dremel tool, cut right in this door a little slot for this fiber optic cable to go into, and that way I can close it without crushing that cable. So something like that. We had to make this a little bit bigger because the whatever it was, that connection wasn't working, so we had to put in a different connector, which is going to be a USB connector. And so I had to drill this out. The hole was too small, so I had to waller it out so I could put this plug in, and now it should fit in, I hope. It does. Awesome. Alright, now we're fitting this around the console here. Alright, the one we're going to do the back, we chucked the back idea, and we're running it to be the console. Thank you so much, Mictuning, for giving me these lights. It took a while for me to get everything done. It was one issue after another with rain and all that, but we got it in there, we got it installed. They look phenomenal. If you will, please like, comment, subscribe. That all really helps out the channel, and I really would like to know what you think. What would you do differently? These lights, the camera doesn't do them justice, and the darker it gets, the better it gets. So I just love these lights, and again, thank you so much, Mictuning, for giving me this opportunity to make this video and to do this. My goddaughter's happy. I think it all worked out for the best for all parties involved. With that, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.